Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. Today we're going to be talking about something interesting, something I didn't know a whole lot about, and it's about the extraterritorial reach of equal employment opportunity laws for U.S. employers. So, if you're working abroad for a U.S. employer or you're at HR, this may be interesting to you. It's just a really interesting concept that I hadn't thought a lot about. So employers and employees alike need to figure out whether or not they're covered under the Equal Employment Opportunity Act in other countries. So consider this: you have a company that's an American company with 50 employees in the United States, and an employee files an EEOC charge against them. That employee worked in Germany, and the company is not entirely sure whether or not that employee is a citizen. Considering that, they're really surprised that an employee in Germany uh, submitted an EEOC charge against them. And so the article goes on to try to figure out what matters and how this plays into this discussion. And I think it's really interesting, especially as a person who enjoys international labor laws and the interplay between the two countries. In order to find out whether or not this applies, the EEOC has to determine whether or not the company is a U.S. employer, and it will be if it's incorporated in the United States or has enough connections into it. And then considering that, they'll have to make sure how many employees they have. The EEOC only applies for companies that are 15 employees or more. So I think that's really important for people to know. In addition, at this point, they don't know whether or not employees count as non-citizens count as employees. So I think that's a really interesting piece. So the long short of it is, if the employee is a U.S. citizen and the employer is a qualified company with respect to both size and play in the market, it is actually, the employee who works in Germany actually does fall under the EEOC. And that's a really interesting consideration, that employees who could be doing bad things abroad will be held accountable in the United States, and employers who don't hold them accountable, will be held accountable in the United States. And so it's a really interesting concept. It's something I wasn't aware of, and I wanted to make y'all aware of. If you're interested in more content like this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Comment down below. What do you think about this? Is this a little crazy, or does this make sense for America's crazy laws? And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one, guys. Bye.